So, I finished Hearts in Atlantis like 10 minutes ago. This book is wow. It's amazing. I do highly recommend this book. It's Hearts in Atlantis. It's got like 5 parts in it, but they're all in continuity with each other. And the first one is called Low Men in Yellow Coats, which is about this little boy Bobby who meets this extraordinary man named Ted Brodigan. And this man has extraordinary powers. Well, power. He has a gift. And I'm not really going to go into depth with what this gift is, but it's freaking amazing. And let's just say at second sight that the movie, explains when you read the synopsis to the movie. Anyway, Bobby meets this guy, and they befriend each other, and certain events take place, and Bobby has this little girlfriend named Kara Gerber, and a best friend named John Sullivan, aka Sully John. A certain thing happens to Carol. I'm going to reveal a spoiler, so you can go ahead and turn this video off now if you don't want to hear it. But she gets beat up by 3 boys with a baseball bat. And Bobby finds her and carries her back to his apartment, and Ted fixes her and pops her shoulder back into place because it gets dislocated. And then Bobby finds Harry Doolin, which is one of the boys that beat her up, and beats him with a baseball bat. And then part 2 of this story is called Hearts in Atlantis, which it's really boring. That part is. It's probably maybe a couple hundred pages long. I don't know. But it's about this guy. He's a high school, or not high school, but he's in college. And him and his friends, roommates, whatever, they play this game called Hearts. It's a card game. It's a betting, gambling kind of thing. And he meets Carol Gerber, and she explains what happens to her in her past. They sleep together, and then she leaves him, and then it's really boring, that part is. And then it goes on to part 3, which is called Blind Willie. It's about William Sherman, who is one of the boys that beats up Carol Gerber, and it explains how he feels really bad for what he did to her, and stuff like that. It's not really that interesting either. And then it goes on to part 4, which is called While We're in Vietnam, which is about John Sullivan and his army and the stuff that he had to go through. I'm not going to go into too much detail about that. I mean, that was pretty interesting to read about John Sullivan. And John Sullivan dated Carol Gerber. And then it goes on to part 5, which is it's called Heavenly Shades of Night Are Falling, which there's a lot of events that take place in that part too that I'm not going to reveal because it's a major spoiler to the end of the story. But the Hearts in Atlantis story that's after Low Men in Yellow Coats, it also is about the 60s and how the peace sign became what it is, and Kara Gerber's anti-war, and all that right there is boring. But Low Men in Yellow Coats, Blind Willie, While We're in Vietnam, and the Heavenly Shades or whatever, those are really interesting and really great. And the movie, I watched it last night, and the movie was pretty damn good. It's tweaked a little bit. It's different than the book, but all in all, it was great. I definitely give this book 6 out of 5. It's different than anything that Stephen King has ever put out. It's not grotesque. It's not scary. It's not filled with horror. It's more emotional and heartfelt, and it's not half-hearted either. It's amazing. I can't even put it into words. It's indescribable, and it's very phenomenal. I recommend this to anybody who loves Stephen King or likes him or wants to read his books, if you're a first-time Stephen King reader, this should probably be the first book you read by Stephen King, because it's truly amazing. But it does get slow, like I said, but then it picks back up. But I highly recommend this. Thanks for watching.